Welcome. In front of me I have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at this action cam. So let's just get straight into it. There we go. So DJI does tend to pack everything very tightly in here. Once you take it out, you have very slim chance of actually fitting it all back in here. In any case, right here we get the cam, and I'll mention this right off the bat. It is a little bit bigger than I actually expected, which is what she said. Taking it out, we have the gimbaled cam right here with our little display. It's pretty nice, the case that comes with it. Let's see how hard it is to actually put it back in here. Wait, that is already on. Yeah, that is on for some reason. I actually didn't turn it on. It did boot up on its own when I took it out. So let's see if I can figure out how to actually turn it off. This? Ah, there we go. Ah, okay. So that actually makes it much simpler. It locks into place on its own, as you can see. So putting it back in here is not as difficult as I would have expected. This is a pretty nice, elegant design for a case, because you can drop it into your backpack, and as long as it doesn't fall out of it, it will protect it for the most part. And the only place where it's not protected is right here, which you might actually worry about. It would have been a little bit better if there's some kind of like cover on here, so you could cover this section completely, so it wouldn't like come loose out of it, or nothing would be poking it in here. Just a little bit of a kind of pointer. Obviously this area right here, specifically the gimbal one, will be sensitive, so damaging that is not something that you want to do. Come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, now you fall out. Okay, so here we have a little like loop for your arm or whatever, so you can keep it secure. You basically go about it through, I guess, here. So we have a little loop here. We have a charging cable, type C to type C. And is that an additional battery? Okay, so this looks like not really a battery. Wait, where the heck do I even plug that in? Oh, I don't plug it in. Or at least not replace it. I just kind of do this. Here we go. So it gives you mounting points at the bottom with the, what is it? Don't really remember what the actual like thread of this is, but in any case, it gives you a mounting point right here. It gives you type C port on the front if you want to plug it in, and then we also have a quick release button right here to unplug it. So there we go. It looks like this is just an extension to allow you to mount it to a VESA mount or whatever, so you can just kind of like screw it in and have it kind of more like a camera. Now, talking about the actual device, let's just take it out. Curious if it's going to turn on its own again. Apparently not. Okay. So let's put it up. So going over the specs right here, we are looking at, if I can actually get the website going, there we go. 1-inch sensor. There we go. So you can see it right here. That's a 1-inch sensor right here, though it doesn't really look like it. It's the CMOS image sensor. Then we got a dual pixel phase detection autofocus for basically autofocusing. 4K 120 Hertz refresh rate, and it just booted up on its own. I'm not sure why. kind of weird that it's turning on its own, because I have not pressed anything. Maybe it's like motion sensing, whatever. In any case, I'm gonna lock it and see if it's again gonna turn it on its own or not. In any case, continuing on, we have a 10-bit HLG video, HDR video, 2-inch OLED display, which is this one. It flips, and it's okay, so it turned on its own when I flipped the screen. That's a cool design right here. It's a 556 pixels by 314 pixels. Then we got a stereo recording, support connection to two DJI Mic 2 transmitters. And we have also charging speeds of about 80% in 16 minutes, meaning it actually charges really quick. And that's basically all the info. So there we go. Pretty interesting design. One thing that I kind of find nice, kind of don't, is the option to skip the setup, because you do need to connect it to some kind of device for some stupid reason. And you can skip it, but only 5 times, because God forbid you would be able to do whatever the heck you want with your device, right? That's not allowed, because, you know, corporate wants your data from your phone as well. So there we go. As you can see, swipe from right. Cool. Okay, I think I can figure this out. Oh, for God's sakes. So you can see it's running pretty well. If the garbage would actually get rid of it. You can see the screen right there. Now, one thing that I'll also add is this little joystick right here. It's more tactile. It's not like a joystick that you have on a controller. So it's basically you push it and you feel a click, and it basically activates. There is no like more tactile or granular control over it. You don't actually, you know, have more control over it. It's by either on or off, and as you can see, then it starts moving. So there we go. And when you flip it over, it automatically starts the countdown to turn off, and then locks the sensor, which makes it much easier to just plop it back into the case. So there we go. Now one last thing that I'll mention is the price of this device, and it isn't cheap one. It comes at 550 euros. So it is a little bit costly, but for everyone who is looking for a gimbal, this is basically an action cam mixed with gimbal, giving you decent versatility, nice specifications. So I believe for people that are in this market for any kind of like action cam, especially gimbaled one, I believe for a gimbal camera this is a fair price, though you know your mileage may vary. I believe this is a reasonable price for such a device. It does offer a lot, and it looks like the software in here is pretty solid when it comes down to controlling it. At least at the first glance, it works smoothly. Doesn't have any kind of like weird problems that you sometimes might face with gimbals, and yeah, it's pretty nice. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.